Hello, this is Matt. This video will show you how to make a car frame model with 3D Max. And the first things we need for sure is reference images. Then I recommend to cut the reference image in Photoshop. Use a reference line. In this way, the reference images after cut will be more accurate. More specifically, just set up a few lines and move them to right position, then use cut tool. We can also use step backward to recut the image after we cut one reference image and save. After that, just move to 3ds Max and import our reference images by creating plate. Just make sure that the size of the plate will match the size of reference images to avoid disproportionate scaling. Then just use UVW map in modify list to adjust the texture. In addition, the reference images also can be shown as background in any perspective of view, but I don't recommend that way. And from here, this video speeds up, shows the import and alignment of the other two reference images. Then finally we can move to next stage, modeling. I start from applying. Some modelers tend to use box, but I think in 2D plane more simple. Only need to adjust the position of the vertex rather than the edge. Before starting to model, you can adjust the transparency of this plane by right-clicking on the label on the left and changing the settings. Similarly, you can set the reference map to be displayed while it is frozen. This way you can see through it without accidentally touching the reference image. Next step, set up sections, the number of which depends on the complexity of the object. However, if the object is too complicated, I recommend setting a small number of sections, then extrude edge, then adjust vertex again. The 3D object in 3D Max consists of large number of polygons. Each vertex is the key to adjusting the position and size of the polygon, and each edge is connected to 2 points. So when I extrude an edge, an extra polygon is generated. For example, this car frame model requires a lot of polygons, so I need constantly extrude edges and adjust the position of almost every vertex. Similarly, if I start with a box, it needs to cut polygons to produce more to meet the needs of the model. Modeling takes a lot of time and patience, and in order to make the video shorter, it speeds up my production process again. This part of the video only includes extruding edges and adjusting vertices. And I highly recommend modeling with a larger computer screen. Because I want to prevent misselect, I need to be in the perspective of view. However, the move needs to be in the top, right, or front view. It is just annoying to do these things on small screen of a laptop. I like to use hidden lines viewing, but in this step, it is necessary to check whether the polygons are on the right side by the default shader. If not, just flip it. In general, for such a symmetric object modeling, the next step is to execute the mirroring instruction. But before that, I strongly recommend checking and modifying the model many times. After all, is it easier to modify one side than to modify both sides at the same time? It is also a good habit to save often, especially before mirroring, because the next step in mirroring is to convert it to editable poly, which will collapse the mirroring effect. There is no turning back after collapse. It is okay to test by mirror command, but before convert it is better to make sure everything is good. So mirror command is located in the modifier list. We just need to select the correct X and make the broadness basically coincide with increase or decrease numbers at the bottom, and make sure the option is taken. Then we can see from the results that there is a small gap in the middle, which is normal. And then, as mentioned, convert the entire object to editable poly. Then eliminate this gap by merging vertex. The final step is to adjust the position of the edges and further optimize the model. The construction of this main frame is more important than other parts, such as exhaust pipes, mirrors, and lights, which can be combined with the main frame by composite object. But it will become more complicated if I want to adjust the car frame later. My outcome looks like this. It is not too detailed and needs further optimization, but it is already the car's basic frame with 4 wheels.